Welcome back to Driven It. Good time. I'm here with, hang on, make sure I've got the right one, the correct master cylinder. See, because this is part 4, I think it is. I've got the right master cylinder now, you see, because this is one with all the knobbins this side. This is one with all the knobbins that side. Because if you look, there is a slight difference. Because, yeah, left-hand drive, right-hand drive. Who knew? Do you know, who knew? These things are so simple. I mean, the bus does have left and right-hand drive ones. But things like, I think my Golf and many other cars I've got when I've done master cylinders, universal, but, you know, Volkswagen. Anyway, back to fit this. It's not, not the most comfortable thing to fit because you have to get under the dashboard and underneath the thing and you go, oh God. And also I've got some new parts. Speaking to Vince, look at that, it's shiny. Scat rocker covers. I know. It's like, for fuck's sake, Stuart, my life. But these are very good. They're clip-on ones. See, I'm not happy with the bolt-on ones, as I said in the previous video. I'm just really not. But I'm having a look, and I'm sort of like, they look pretty similar in size. And the reason why I have bigger ones is because of my rockers. But anyway, that for another time. But that's quite exciting. See, and the other thing I looked at the clips, and I just went, the clips look a bit like the same size. So yeah, I'm not convinced, but we'll soon find out. Anyway, I'll go get the seat out and then do some bits. It's just easier with the seat out. Thankfully though, Beetle's, he says, knocking his glasses off, making him look like a bloody lunatic. Oh. Seats come out really easily. So yeah, so the master cylinder on a Beetle, just so you know, here we go, I'm going to bring you closer, which you actually now can't see, but it's quite tight. It's quite tight, it's quite dark. You've got to move carpet around and, oh, just down there. It's, you think it's a piece of piss to change, I can tell you now. Not always, because ideally, this is a job sort of room for two people, because it's trying to get the bolts on to put it back, oh God, and there will be swearing, so I'm not going to film myself putting it on. I have, after all these fucking years, just come up with a brain fart. Now, admittedly, this bolt is a bit short. You need, and I discovered, I thought, if I whack this on with a long bolt through from here into the bulkhead, once I've got that lined up, you can then put a bolt onto that, pull it out, straighten up, put one bolt in, then come around the other side and take this out. See, it's not like a stud. I mean, to be honest with you, it's easier if Volkswagen made it that way, where you put this nut in, bolt in that way, through the bulkhead, and where the pedals are, you put a nut on. No, but then, let's face it, when these things were made, they were made without a body on the top, weren't they? So, you know, it's a piece of fucking piss to do. Anyway, so, oh, I'm swearing a lot today. I'm swearing a lot today. I've only had 3 coffees. Anyway, so, I've got it on without much swearing. I was more swearing at myself, really, because of the brain fart that I've just come up with. Do you know when I changed the last one, the single circuit one for this, I don't remember doing that. I've got to do your heater control. Something I've just reminded myself of. I put it on my whiteboard because I'm a wanker. But yeah, so every replace the master cylinder on a Beetle, put a long bolt in. Let's say about 6 or 7 inches you need. And then once you've got it in, put it on, put a nut on, straighten out, put your nut in from the bulkhead side or car side in. Job done. Why didn't I think of that before? Prick. I have just made the long brake pipe. I thought, I'll make a new one. First of all, just before I do one to camera, because there was a little bit of swearing. Was there a bit of swearing? No. Yeah, it was awkward because this kept getting caught up in fuel pipes and other stuff. And I was like, oh, fuck. Anyway, we're doing the little one. The little ones are always the worst to do. So come with me. Well, to fuck this one up. Now, some people don't like making brake pipes. I don't actually mind. I really don't. I quite enjoy making brake pipes because sometimes you look at how a manufacturer does it and you go, really? Is that how they do that? Bloody hell. Now, I'm just straightening up my pipe, shut up, those in the back, and putting this on. Now, when you make a brake pipe, I'm just going to bring the camera through. Hang on, let's make sure. Oh, fucking hell. Hang on, sorry, made a mess of that. There we go. Right. I like this. Now, I did have a Sealy one. I sent it back because it was crap. This one I do like. Now I have to just straighten up that pipe again because that end bit is not straight enough, really. I mean, it'll straighten up and blow up and stuff. Oh, now one thing to do when making brake pipes. Never forget your little ferrule or whatever you call the end bit, because I've done that in the past. Yes, I have. I've made brake pipes. Go, oh, that looks nice. That fits really nice. At least it would fit if I put the ferrule on the end. Oops, a daisy. So anyway, right, so that is on there. I'll just show you here. So with this kit, you see, you just make sure that the end of the pipe is just sort of flush with the end of the pressing bit. So here we go. So that's your pressing bit. See that? Now, also with this kit, it only comes with two 4.75mm pipe, which is what all my old shitters use. But you always need to make sure that, because there's one with a flat bottom and one with a round bottom. So you just want the one with a flat bottom for this, well, certainly what I'm doing. So that is all you do. See, you don't put it here, you don't put it there, you put it just about, hang on, no, just about there, just in line. Perfect, make the perfect brake pipe. And that's what I got told in the garage I used to work in. And I had yeah, so I don't mind it. They are a pain. I'll tell you something though, when you do start breaking brake pipes, they are a fucking pain in the arse to do. Because it's just something that slows you down and you go, oh, I really wish I didn't bloody break that. So always try and not break them. And it was Peter, I'm a tea tester, and he said, whenever you undo a brake pipe, spray. When you undo it, crack off and go back on. Bit of spray, crack off, and just wiggle them backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards. You should get them off. As I say, doesn't always work because I had to make a brake pipe for Barry. But there we go. Right, so there we go. You get this lever and then you go. Hang on, you probably can't see the lever because it's exciting. This is exciting. This really is not. And you go, wee, like that. And I have to put all of my little frame behind me, and then I unscrew that, pull that out. It's really quite tight, the tolerances, and then I'll show you what I've made. Oh, it's like being at home economics at school. You go, oh, sir, look what I've made. And where's my end? Oh yeah, something else about your end. And there you go. I've made the end of a brake pipe, and that goes there. Always make sure, yeah, that you put that the right way. Now, when you first do the first bend of your pipe, it's not quite so important because you've got to cut this to then bend and manipulate. So let me have a look and see how much we need. And we'll come back and we're going to use the cutter tool. Right, bear with. Now, that is my outlet on the brake. See, that's the rear, that's the near side one, which I've already done. The one to the rear, I'm actually quite happy. I bought some joining bits because I was going to cut and join and do all sorts of fancy stuff. I haven't actually got something I can do it in the car because my brake flaring tool, funny enough, you can't get it in the car. And there is one you can get, which you can sort of do in situ. I don't have one. So, and I thought, oh, I might have to just put a join onto this, blah, blah, blah. Actually, that's bent round quite nicely. And this is all brand new brake pipe. This was all done well before I got him anyway. But it's had new brake pipe. So, do you know what? I'm quite happy with that. Not overly happy, but I'm happy. So, we've got to do this one. Now, this one has to come through here. Oh, hang on. Let's pop it through there, because I've got to come through this support. Hang on. Oh, fucking hell. See, there goes the swears. There goes the demonetisation if we were monetised, which, oh, hang on, I'm not. Hooray, fuck it. And then we go, oh, fucking hell. Now, the Beatles don't give you a lot of room, and I don't mean when I say Beatles, the pop group. I mean the car. But as I say, Volkswagen did all of this when the things were off the car. There we go. Oh, look at that. That's, oh, I'm quite happy with it. Oh, hang on. Right, so always, I'm just going to make sure that that does do up. Now, the only thing is with brake ferrules is you do need to get them started in just right. Otherwise, they all fuck up. But that's about right. I'm going to fuck it, that'll do. And then I've got to cut that about there. Right, okay, let's undo that one. Bring that back out. Oh, that might work out quite nicely. Right, hang on. We need to, I haven't got my pen with me. I know a friend of mine said, you've done 74 videos. And I was like, hang on, where are you? And I went, yeah. He went, oh, I'm a bit behind the time. So I went, don't worry about it. No one watches these anyway. And if they do, they only watch up to about 1 minute 43 seconds. So this is part 4, 5 and 6. Actually, no, if I've just done that, that's part 4. So this must be about part 5. And no one watches these anyway. So, you know, don't worry about it. You're not missing out much. Right, so I'm going to cut that. I love this tool. Now, when you use one of these, pipe cutter, don't crank it right up and snap the pipe. Turn it a little bit, just get it cut in, and then turn it round again as it cuts in, and then another nibbly tighten, and there we go. And another little. Now, if you can hear music in the background, it's because I've got a bit of Elkie Brooks on. Love a bit of Elkie Brooks. And yeah, always makes me happy, a bit Elk. Right, there we go. That's that cut. Remember, end. Put it on the right way. So there we go. So that is pretty much my brake pipe, what I need. Because where's the old one? There's the old one. Now, this is, you go, oh, hang on, Stuart, that's a bit more fucking bent than this one. But that was from the single circuit. So the outlet from the master sat differently. So that's why this is different. This one, nice. So we do again, although, to be honest with you, as I've just fucking bent that, I'm going to have to straighten it all up again. Right, this could go hideously wrong. Oh, you cunt. Right, okay, hang on, let's pop that in there. So that is there, remember, just flush. Just flush. I've got my end. I forgot to put my end on. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, bloody hell, hang on, right. Do you know, those nice bends I made, I've actually got to now try and sort of get rid of them again because it's a tiny pipe. See what I mean? Small pipes, the hardest ones to make. Big pipes, piece of piss. But the small pipes are always the hardest. So remember, hang on, that in line, flush, that in there. I'll just have another double check. Yeah, that's all nice and flush, looks flush. We'll soon find out it's not nice and flush because when I go to put the brake pressure through and all that stuff, it will just go. And then we go, oh, let's do it. And also make sure your thing's tight to your vise. I thought I did tighten that to the vise. Maybe I didn't. I've got a runny nose. Hay fever again, you see. Right, here we go. Ready, steady. Did I put? Yeah, I put Feral in there. Run away. Sorry, you got me singing now. I do love Elkie Brooks. She is quite fun. Right, now, I can't get the fucking thing split. Oh, now, I might have just fucked that up. Hang on. So this is what can happen. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hang on. APBs. Right, hang on. Bear with, caller, because I have... Oh, I think it's because I'm wearing gloves as well. It doesn't really help. I can't. Oh, I really can't. I really can't separate the thingy. Sorry, I'm going to be really bad. There we go. Little tap with a hammer. If in doubt, give it a clout. Let's have a look. Oh, that's right. I'm just going to run that through the wire wheel. I'll just smooth that one off a bit. That's a bit better. Let's have a look. Am I happy with that? Let's have a look. That. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Right, now, where are we? So, there we go. That's my pipe, which I did have nicely bent, but now it's not nicely bent because I didn't... Right, let's go back to the car. Maybe there's some drives me up the matter. It's Barry. Hello, Barry. Right, now, let's pop that there. You can see the master cylinder. There we go. Right, now, which was the end I've just made? Hang on, I can tell which one I've made. So, let us... So, find out where you've got to put your pipe. So then you can then put that one in, because I'd rather be able to bend the one that goes through the chassis mount than that one. So then we do that, and I've got my spanners somewhere, which I haven't got my spanners now. Where are my spanners gone? Oh, here they are on the floor, you twat. That one, no, that one and that one. Right, 11mm. Hang on, right. So tighten this one up. Now, I'm just using a normal spanner. I know, I am so bad. Oh, for fuck's sake, do you know what? That bloody pipe, that's the pipe. It's the reservoir pipe that was the one that kept fucking getting in my way. And it's really, I know, something so simple, just getting in your way. You go, oh, for fuck's sake. Anyway, right. Let's just tighten that one up. And then what I do, you don't have to do it, but this is how I would do it. Then you get the proper spanner and you go crank, and you give it a nice old crank. There we go. And then get that ferrule up there, because once I put the bends on this, then you'll never be able to get it back. Hang on. Oh, fucking hell. Hang on. Now, copper pipe wheel is quite forgiving in some respects. That's it, because, and you might be looking at that, just have a look, see what you can, and go, oh, but that's in line with that. Yes, it is. But then you've got your brake pipe, or hose, brake hose, I should say, not pipes, do it, it's a hose, get it right, because people on the internet would criticise you. Excuse me, I think you'll find, sir, that is... Right, hang on, so you've got to bend that up. I say, once you get that started in perfectly, then it all goes together quite nicely. However, you might all be looking, going, hang on a minute, you've not put the special clamp for the brake pipe or hose, and you would be absolutely right, I haven't, because I'm a bastard. I'm not really, I'm just actually making sure that fits. There we go. Oh, brake pipe, come off. Get on there, you little bugger. There you go. Oh, hang on, was I going to put that the other side? No, actually, that side's all right. I'm going to cable tie that to that. There we go. Right, now I'm going to get the clamp, which I've put on my wheel, underneath the car, and then we're going to, hang on, wiggle that there, wiggle, put the clip in. Now, these are, I have to say, really, really fucking tight. They really are tight. I have no idea why the makers have made these really tight. Now, excuse me, I'm just going to get the hammer out just to... I've never known those clamps be that bloody tight, but they are. Now, I need my 19mm spanners. There we go. So, then you get your 19mm spanner on there. Hang on. And you get your little standard spanner there, and you just tighten that up. And this is, fuck me, this has gone really well. The thing I'm not now looking forward to, as this has gone really, really well, is, right, hang on, change the spanner. There we go. Now, the thing I'm not looking forward to now is the reservoir, because everything so far has gone really, really, oh, it's the old brake pipe, really, really well. But you know what? That means something's going to fuck up. It's got to fuck up. But, yeah, so there we go. So one brake pipe, new brake pipe. That's the old brake pipe. That's the master cylinder on. Now I've got to do the reservoir because we've got twin circuits. And the reservoir has got to go where the old one is, which was there. So that one's got to come out for the big new one. And I've got to fanny around. So I'm going to think about that before I come back to camera. Welcome back to part 6. Don't know. I can't remember. I think it's part 6. If that was part 3, that was part 4, was that? 5 was that? This would be part 6. Part 6, we've had to stop. I've had to down tools. My idea has gone a little wrong, and I'll show you what I mean. See, here we have washer fluid, and there went the original fluid reservoir bottle. Now, the fluid reservoir bottle on these is very small, and I will show you that now. That is my old reservoir. This was supposed to be the new reservoir. Because it's a dual circuit system, you need 2 pipes coming out because you need 2 reservoirs. I could get away with just using the one and then Y-piece it. Not really keen on doing that, to be honest with you. I mean, it can be done. I mean, to be honest with you, on the master cylinder, I have seen it done. People have popped off the pipes, put on a reservoir, and then that's how they just top it up. It's a pain in the arse to keep checking the fluid. Certainly when you've got a Beetle with big massive wheels and you sort of turn the wheels and you go, oh, I'm not happy. Although this one, Cowler, lovely, absolutely fucking beautiful. They did have their fuel tank on hinges. So you tip up the fuel tank and you can access your brake master cylinder. Again, that's not what we want to do. And he's got a single reservoir at the top, but it goes down to the twin reservoir on top of the master cylinder. So it's got to be really twin for the fluid. Now, this one doesn't quite fit, and I'll show you that in a minute. However, you know, you often hear me moan about new parts for these old Volkswagens. You know, bear in mind, I've sold cars in the past because parts availability, not great. Parts for these are great, but, well, parts availability are great. Part quality, bit shit. And I'll tell you why. Now, because if you look here, this is the old fluid reservoir. Now, look at that end. Now, I went to replace this when I did the brakes originally, because I was like, oh, I'm not happy with that pipe coming out, because it looks a bit small. Again, single circuit brakes. Oh, it was a bit of a shit design, but there we go. Anyway, so this is the old 1965 reservoir. And you go, oh, okay, yeah, it's not long. Once it goes through part of the bulkhead thing, there's not really a lot to clamp on, but it has done. Well, the new one, I thought I'd buy a new one. The pipe will be longer and it's not. If you look here, I don't know if it's going to focus, that's really, really tapered. When you look at the original, not really that tapered. It's tapered here, but you've got solid pipe tapering. Tapered all the way. So you try and clamp anything on that, it just slides off. So that is new parts. That 1965, this 2023. And what do we do to 2023 parts? Throw them all across the garden. Anyway, back to my problem, because I've just been on eBay and I've just bought some new beers. And we'll try them later on in the week if they arrive. See, this is what we've got to do. So the original fluid reservoir went just there, you see. And perfect. Top, 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 top. Lovely. The new one I need to put in has to go here. Now, looking at those pipes going out that way, they actually need to go that way because my thingy, what do you call it, brake master, is down here. So that brings it really quite close to this bulge. But that doesn't fit, even if I drill into here and that fits a bit lower, that just won't fit as nice. So I thought, well, maybe it will fit. If I cut that bit off, once I get those holes drilled, I'm just not convinced, to be honest with you. So I've ordered 2 separate reservoir things for motorbikes, because I will try and see if I can get that to fit in, because I think by the time I've drilled holes here, got that through, I won't be able to get that undone. Or will I be able to get that done? Possibly will be able to get that undone. But I just think that's just... I mean, the other thing I thought was to melt that, soften it down, to wedge it in, which could be done. So neighbours are doing DIY. Everyone's doing DIY. It's a bank holiday Monday. Although this is going out well after the bank holiday. I've got other things to go up, I think. I don't bloody know. But I might have to piss around with this. I'm not quite sure. But however, the other thing I've got to do is I've got to make a paper template to find out exactly where I've got to drill the holes here. They don't have to be accurate as such, because it's not really so important. But yeah, I mean, these other things I order 11 quid, but that is just, I'm not so convinced. And it's, if they come out down there, well, they should be all right. Go around under the beam. Yeah, I'm going to have another play. I might come back in a moment. GoPro, stop recording. Oh, GoPro, you miserable cunt.